Well, here I am again today. I really, really feel like America needs to stand up. You know, this country was founded on the principle that we rule by the people for the people. That's why we vote people into office. That's how Obama got voted into the office. Not by my vote, but voted in. I really think that there should be a serious movement of the people of the United States to have this president impeached and then tried for treason. Now, let's go back for a few years. Clinton was impeached. Did he do such a thing of let the enemy go like Obama did? No. He had an affair with a young woman. And he lied on the stand because he said he didn't have sex. He said, I never had sex with this person. Although he did say had oral sex. And when he said that, I thought, are you stupid? Sex is sex, whether it's oral or whether it's the other way around. I mean, sex is sex. You shouldn't have said that. You lied. Well, he got himself impeached over a sexual act that was totally, did not hurt the United States. It was not something that would come back and hurt the security of the United States. This was something between his wife and this young girl and himself and his daughter. Of course, that was embarrassing to her. But it did not breach the security of the United States like Obama did when he let these 5 worst of the worst terrorists go. That will come back to bite us. Your child may even die. I'm not kidding you. There could be another major attack here in the United States. A lot worse than even the Twin Towers going down. Your child may die over this. And many other people, not only here in the United States, but around the world, will die because of this decision that our president did. And let me see, who was it that had to step down because of it was during a presidential election, and they videoed, they recorded conversations going on, and our president had to step down or they were going to impeach him for that, which was not a national crisis to the United States. It's one party against another party, something they had done for a long time. And he had to step down because he was going to be impeached. So are we going to let this president get by with it? I mean, really. He's done a lot of offenses. Looking at the VA hospital under his watch, 40 men died, veterans died out in Arizona because of neglect from the VA hospital, trying to, I don't know what they were trying to do, cover up, set back, do whatever they wanted to do. But anyway, 40 men died under Obama's watch at the VA hospital. And did he get this corrected? No, he didn't. Let me see, what else did he do? Oh, Libya. We had an ambassador and several other men die in Libya because he gave an order to stand down and not go help. Which Hillary Clinton was part of that little mess right there. And if you think I'd want to vote her into office to become president of the United States, heck no. She didn't know how to protect our ambassador and our men over there in Libya at that time. They died under her watch. So if you think that she'd make a suitable president, no, she won't. She won't. She wouldn't. She's as bad as Obama is. Put them in the same toe sack, and who would fall out first? Both of them at the same time. Because they're just equally as bad as each other. Let me see. The IRS. Look at that scandal that went on. Has it been totally resolved? No, it hasn't. One scandal right after another. One lie right after another. One tearing down of America right after another. And this one is the worst. You never let your enemy loose for any reason, especially when they're the hierarchy of the enemy. There are five leaders. The Taliban asked for these 5 leaders out of all them that was in prison in Gitmo. They requested these 5 leaders, the worst of the worst, for this man that deserted his post, deserted the army, went walking down the road with no guns, no nothing to protect him, going to the village, they said, knocking on doors and wanting to talk to somebody in the Taliban. So he was seeking the Taliban out. They didn't capture him. They weren't seeking him out. They didn't accidentally find him sitting on a toilet. He went out looking for the Taliban. Why? Why would a soldier go out looking, leave all his equipment, leave all his stuff behind, desert his post, desert the army, and go look for the Taliban? And lived with them for 5 years. Pretty well proven right at the get-go. Now, why did they go out looking for him knowing that he deserted? And get 6 people lives taken from them? Killed? For this deserter? He's a deserter. Him and Obama. Obama needs to be impeached. And he needs to be on trial right alongside that young man for desertion, which is called treason in a time of war, because we was in a time of war when this happened. So he should be tried for treason, and Obama should be tried for treason for letting these 5 men go. Aiding and abetting the enemy when you let these 5 go. That's exactly what he did. He aided and abetted the enemy. They want to talk all the way back to George Washington trading. All the way back to George Washington. If you were a deserter and a traitor, you were shot. You were shot, killed, dead for it. They didn't deal with you. They didn't pat you on the back and give you a hero welcome. They put you up against the wall in a firing squad. They tried you first. And then they put you on a wall before a firing squad and shot you. That's what they did all the way back to Washington time. Our president needs to be impeached and tried for treason on this matter. He's done worse than any president than we've ever had. He is the worst president we've ever had. And we've had presidents that had to step down from office because of taping a conversation from the other party. We've had a president being impeached for a sexual thing that he did. And none of these things were a danger to the survival of America. But this thing that Obama did put America's safety in jeopardy. Your children may die because of this. You may die because of this. I'm being serious. We need to impeach him. We need to impeach him quickly and try him for treason. A president isn't above being tried for treason. And he did commit treason when he let those 5 worst of the worst leaders of the Taliban loose. He aided and abetted the enemy. And he needs to be tried for treason. People, you need to stand up and take America back. You need to get a hold of your congressmen and your senators and say, you want this man impeached and tried for treason for what he did. He tries to say, oh, no soldier left behind. This boy wasn't a soldier at this time. He was a deserter. There's a difference there. A deserter. He deserted his platoon. He deserted his post, putting everybody's life in jeopardy when he did that. You never desert your post and walk away. And they go looking to talk to the enemy. And then along the way, he's converted to Islam. And his daddy stood out in the Rose Garden and spoke to the Taliban in their language, praising them. And don't tell me, Obama stood right there and listened to him, looking at him and smiling. He knew what that man was saying. And he permitted it to happen. If I was the president, it would not have happened. I would have shut him. I would have said, sir, stop right now. Stop. We're not going to have that here. And this man, and you may say, oh, well, he's the father. He talked to them all the time, and he even told them that he was going to try to get all of the prisoners that Ghetto released. And you may say, oh, he was doing that because of his son. I don't care if it is your son. You don't put yourself in league alongside the enemy. No, you don't. For any reason. You may ask me, well, wouldn't you for your son? No, I wouldn't have. I'm an American. I'm a mother, and I love my son. But I would have not ever done that. Because I know that by me doing that, I could cause more harm to the citizens of America. And I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have. I would have prayed for my son. I'd ask God to protect him. But no, I wouldn't have been texting and talking to the Taliban. I might have texted him a couple times saying, may I speak to my son? But I would have never said the things that that father said. And now, he's grown his beard out, honoring his son's decision. Well, I don't care if his son changed his religious beliefs to Islam. I don't care. He deserted his post. He's a deserter. He needs to come immediately to America, be put in jail, and tried for treason himself. You don't do that. You just don't do that. And our president never aids and abets the enemy in any way, shape, nor form. Even for the release of a prisoner. You don't do that. You even got the Democrats and the Republicans together in Congress that's totally went against this. Totally. It shocked him that he would let the worst of the worst loose. So, he has them turning against him because of this situation. And America, you need to smarten up and turn against him too. And not only ask, but demand his impeachment. Demand for him to be tried for treason. Because this is a treasonal offense, what he did. By aiding and abetting the enemy. By letting those 5 worst of the worst loose. We're in for it. It could get worse. Because, see, he thinks he's a God king. That he can write out any law that he wants, sign it, and put it there, and Congress can't do anything about it. He can do whatever he wants, and Congress can't do anything about it. Well, I tell you what Congress can do. They can impeach him and try him for treason. He needs a rude awakening. America, you need to wake up and take your country back. If you could wake up and get mad at Clinton for having sex in the White House and have him impeached, which has no harm to America, but you let this president get away with aiding and abetting the enemy and letting the 5 of the 5 worst of the Taliban loose, the leaders loose, which does cause harm to America and will cause harm to America, is a treasonous defense against him. I am begging America to go together and get this man impeached and tried for treason. Set an example of him for all presidents to come, as long as America is America, before she falls, that you cannot do these things against America, because it is by the people, for the people. We tell you what you can do and can't do. They need to know this. They can't become little gods up there in the White House thinking they can do anything they want to do, when they want to do, and how they want to do it. And I'm telling you people, he's caused great harm to America by doing this. For what? A deserter? A deserter? Because when this kid deserted, he no longer had any rights. You never ever desert during the time of war. That's the reason why all of those people ran to Canada that refused to go when they were drafted into the Army during the Vietnam War. They left America, literally left America, and went to Canada to hide out because they could have been tried for treason. My ex-brother-in-law spent 6 months in prison at Fort Leavenworth and was dishonorably discharged because he deserted and refused to go to Vietnam. And he could have been tried for treason. But because he didn't run to Canada and tried to hide, they took that in consideration and they gave him 6 months. And he was bold. He says, I will not go to Vietnam and die for something I don't believe in. Well, this young man was not drafted. He joined. Knowing full well, when you join the service, any branch, and there's something going on like there was during his time, you're going to end up over there. If you don't want to end up over there, then don't join. That's simple. But this boy deserted. And what I seen his father do, I have no respect for him either. And the mother's just happy to have her son back. I don't think she's going to be so happy later on. If we can get this done and have that boy tried for treason. I'm serious. I am dead serious. Even the soldiers in the armed forces want him tried for treason because he's a deserter. No hearsay. They want him tried for treason, for deserting. He needs to be held responsible. He needs to be held responsible that a stupid president would let 5 major terrorists loose. And then the president needs to be impeached for all the bad things he did to the VA hospitals, to the IRS, to Libya, what happened over there. I mean, there's so many reasons that this man should be impeached and tried for treason. I'm serious, people. I'm serious. I'll get off of here. My next video, I'll be talking about God and how we better get ready for the end days are here. I mean, it's serious. We're in the end days. We are in the end days, people. Thank God. Jesus Christ is coming back soon. He's the only one that can clean up all of this mess. He's the only one that can bring peace to this earth. The only one. Not a human being, only Him. So please call your congressmen, call your senators, and not ask, but demand that the president be impeached and tried for treason. This needs to be done. It really does need to be done, people. Bless you.